A little bit of preschool fishing. A little nice bass. Biggest fish this year. Not my biggest in my life by any means, but look how fat this girl is. I cast that for like 30 minutes, had her and lost her, and caught her on like 6 more casts. I'm gonna get a weight on this girl real quick. I meant biggest fish at this pond this year. I caught the 2.72 in the other video, but this one's 2.37. It's just really short, but so immensely fat. I want to get it back because there's bluegill on her bed. Oh, I didn't get a good picture, but damn, that's a beauty. Look how fat she is. Oh my god. There you go. Hopefully you get back on her bed soon. When I hooked her and lost her on the bank, she went back there in like 5 seconds. Let's go get another. Let's go as soon as I move the basses back. A little slow to get the bluegill off. Oh, there you go. Fighting them off. Let's go. That's a good thing about fishing during the spawn. A lot of people think it's unethical, especially once the fryer hatched or once they laid their eggs, because they might not make it back and they'll all die. But I've never caught a fish on a bed that hasn't gone back. So, and you can ask pretty much any YouTuber or anybody else the same. If they watch the bed, they'll see the bass go back 99% of the time. So it's just a good thing to see. So the first one and this one weren't on beds, but that big one was on a bed. This one I just cast it out. It looks like creme brulee, however you pronounce it. It's just like slime, but it doesn't like stop the line from going down or the lure. I think it's nothing on it. It's weird, but it looks very froggy. So after I make a complete loop, I'm gonna bring over the frog lure to this corner, see if I can't catch a big one. Crappie on the same lure. That's why I love this lure. It's like a perfect resemblance of a minnow when I hook it this certain way, because I get the tail to vibrate with like barely any movement, so I can keep it on the bed and move it, or I can just wacky worm it in and get crappies and bass. There are some crappies bedding right now, along with some bluegill, but there's no need for me to catch them when I can catch a freaking 3-pounder. This is probably the darkest crappie I've ever seen. Like even the light is just so dark, it's so beautiful. Anyway, I caught on the same lure, just cast it out, hit like a bass, and then once it got a little lighter, I knew it was a crappie. But this is probably my best day at this pond this year. I mean, I know I caught 14 bass on minnows, but like none of them, one of them was over a pound. And even though these aren't over a pound, it's just so nice to sight fish them, or to get the occasional random bite like those crappies. So I'm having a blast right before school. So I was casting at these 2 dinks that were just out with these bluegill. I had one bite. I think I see it again when I cast real quick. I got this one. It was right by the bank. I'm gonna go over there. It's right by the bank, and I'm scared of it away, but I got it as soon as it hit the water. Let's see if I can catch the other one. Not sure if they were the same 2 bass I saw earlier out here, but I got the bigger one of the 2. I had one and like barely skin hooked it and missed. Look how fat it is. I love this one. It's probably like half a pound. But I missed like I didn't miss, but there was a pound and a half that just looked at my lure and then swam away. So I'm hoping to see if I can catch it. Another one on the same lure. Saw 2 more out there. But when I made around that turn and I went underneath the tree, I saw like a 5 or 6 pounder. It was just ginormous. That 2.5 I caught over there, I thought it was like 1.5 in the water, but I could see how thick it was. I went over there, the thing looked like it was 3.5 or 4 pounds in the water, but that thing was like 20 inches long. It was a really long fish and fat. So I'm gonna go back there with a swim bait soon. But I'm gonna make around this corner and see if I can see a big one, and I'll go back. But I don't have too much more time. Salad. Just making this turn to see if, because like a 5 or a 4.71 was caught here earlier this month. So I just want to see if I can find one of those. And if not, I'm gonna go back there, because the thing was swimming and it like never looked at my lure. Guess it was too small for it. But yeah, hopefully I can catch it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that blast from the past. That was a couple weeks in during the first stages of quarantine, and my first class online was at 1 p.m., so I was able to get out in the morning, catch some pre-spawners, and that one big one was already staging. So that was my first real experience at that pond for catching spawning bass, and it's the biggest one I've caught ever at that one. But I still haven't caught any of those big ones. I saw another one that was a little bigger than that 6 about that I saw, so I'm just hoping I can catch them later.